Hey Sagittarius, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Welcome to the Treehouse. We're going to be getting your September 2023 tarot reading today. We're going to be asking, what does tarot want Sagittarius to know? What can Sagittarius anticipate in the upcoming month? If you guys haven't been to my channel before, welcome. Thank you so much for giving it a chance. There's so many tarot readers out there that are wonderful, so I appreciate your time and I don't want to waste a second of it. And for those of you guys who have been with me before, I really appreciate you coming back. And y'all know the drill. It's kind of my part of my spiritual practice to pray and send you guys good energy. So if you'd like for me to send you prayers, send you good energy, say hi in the comment section. And you can even send just an emoji if you feel more comfortable with that. But it gives me something legitimate to focus on. So let's get right into it, you guys. If this resonates, take it. It's meant for your journey. It's meant to help you out. And if it doesn't, you can leave it. You don't have to take it at all. What does Sagittarius need to know for the month of September 2023? We're only taking cards that fly out on their own and volunteer their energy. We don't force anything. And if they fly out in reverse, we read them that way. All right, that's where we're going to stop it for now. Now I'm going to flip these over and then we're going to get clarity, okay? But we're going to get a general idea. We've got a couple people coming forward. This could very well turn into a love reading, but it's hard to tell right now. I just have to tell you, we have a new journey. We've got a whole new thing starting. This is the Fool card. Your reading starts off with this brand new energy. Now, whatever this turns out to be, and we'll know more when I get more cards out, but whatever this turns out to be, it's going to be unlike anything that you've experienced. So if this turns into a relationship reading, this is going to be a relationship that you've never seen the likeness of. If this is a new job or endeavor, this is going to be brand new territory as well. So it's important to note. We have two people in the middle of your reading. This is the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. There's opportunity here. And my hands are buzzing, which is kind of a sign. If my nose itches or my hands buzz, it means there's just this sparkle. There's a crackle between these two. It's almost like there's just a movement forward. There's an ambition forward. We'll see what that's about. And then we have the Justice card, ruled by Libra energy. This is about karmic balancing, a rebalancing of the scales. Now that's broad picture. That's like very deep meaning behind it. If you're going through anything contractual, anything legal, this is a great sign that it's going to work out in your favor. But this can also mean just fairness. So things being fair. All right, you guys, let's actually take one from this deck. So let's unpack these. What is this brand new journey, this Fool card that we started out with? This one's sticking to my finger. Tower, another major arcana. We'll get into that in a second. What's this Fool card? The Fool is really important, so we're just going to unpack it for a little bit. Okay. There's a decision here one must make. There's a sense of deception, something that wasn't seen on the surface. And some anxiety, possibly overthinking, has occurred because of all of this. There was an element that was completely out of your control. Basically, you got a sudden surprise, a shift in your destiny. Something kind of woke you up, snapped you awake, and you only have the option of reacting and how you react to that. And I know that Sagittarius, the ones I'm speaking to, are going through some anxiety around this. There may be somebody here, could be you or somebody else. To be fair, it's hard to tell whose energy it is, but they're in a place where they're very bossy and domineering. They could be kind of aggressive. And that seems like it's a reaction somehow triggered by this Tower card. Now, the Tower card is a really important card in the deck, and I'm going to tell you why. It doesn't feel comfortable when this is happening to you. This is something that comes out of the blue. It could be, losing your job. It could also be getting a raise. So it can be good or bad, but or feel good or bad. I should say that, because I don't believe that the Tower is ever bad. It's basically the universe's collaborative way of jumping in and shifting your path. Sometimes we don't have, as human beings, we don't have the ability to orchestrate all the intricate details that is required to get to something we really want. And sometimes the universe just steps in. That's the way I look at the tarot card of the Tower. And so we have this attached to a brand new journey. Why is this attached to a brand new journey? I feel that for some of you guys, this is in your past. Temperance card, Sagittarian energy. You've come into your own. For a lot of you guys, what I'm describing with the Tower card and this bossy, domineering energy, the difficult choice you had to make, and there was a sense of getting the wool pulled off of your eyes, being, you know, maybe deceived in some way. For sometimes the Seven of Swords is actually having something stolen from you. So, you know, it's a pretty intense meaning. You know, and here he is depicted holding all these swords that belong to other people, sneaking off into the night. And then there's all this anxiety. So this could be in your past because it's all stemming from the Fool. So we have this brand new energy, which is pretty positive and light. You just have to be aware of a naivety, because whenever we start anything new, we can be a little gullible or naive. But that's the only warning really with the Fool. So I feel like it might be coming back around. This is all about balance. And this is all about coming into your own as a Sagittarius, who is not only the student, but the teacher. So they're, in a way, I think Sagittarians, their karmic journey on earth oftentimes is honing something, learning something, and being humbled. But also, I mean, I want to say mastering something, but a true master knows that you never really ever master something. That's not really the goal. But so the Temperance card talks about balance is required for this transformation. And somehow, for whatever reason, we won't get into that, but this big shift, this unexpected sudden thing that gave you anxiety, that put you in a hot seat of making a tough decision, that has all led to this brand new journey, this brand new energy, and the Temperance card of balance and harmony. Very cool, very deep, very deep. Let's get a new deck because we've used a lot of cards, and let's open up these two meanings. We have two people here, the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Cups is an individual who can be a water sign, a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, but they don't have to be. They're oftentimes sensitive, romantic. They can be creative. In a love reading, they usually represent a romantic figure that sweeps somebody off their feet. That can be very charming, okay? And in a business reading, this can be somebody who can be slightly idealistic, carried away with their dreams, but their dreams can become things if they have integrity with their word, and they could be quite creative. The Knight of Wands is fiery energy. They can be a fire sign, like a Sagittarius, a Leo, or an Aries, but they don't have to be. But they're usually quite confident. They're usually quite attractive. They're brave and bold, and passionate and adventurous. So those are the two individuals that we're talking about here. Now, they could be individuals where these characteristics are just being brought out by a situation, but let's find out. So who's this Knight of Cups, this sensitive character? Beautiful. Before I speak, interesting. Before I speak, I'm going to get some insight on who the Knight of Wands is. Give me some context. Who's this Knight of Wands, please? Flipping but not flying. We got the Ace of Pentacles. Who's this? Flipping but not flying. We've got these flippers. Flipping but not flying. The Two of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the World card. Wow. Oh, wow. And Temperance makes another appearance. We've got doubles, okay? Knight of Wands, that feels like your energy, feels like fire energy. This is feeling really intense. I'm going to describe for you what's going on with this Knight of Cups. One second. How are they related to each other? How are they connecting? Okay. Definitely. With the Three of Pentacles, collaborative work, there was disappointment between these two individuals, okay? There might have been even heartache, but there's a huge resurrection and awakening for them in slightly different ways. In this collaboration, there is a disappointment, the Five of Cups with the Three of Pentacles. Not all is lost for the Five of Cups. It's important to note. He's facing the spilled milk, but there's two full cups behind him. And I think that those two full cups come into play in this reading. And it might have taken some time, but I feel that there is a sense of forgiveness here between these two individuals. There was a really rough ending for this Knight of Cups, and they're coming out of it. They're healing. And as they're healing, those generous vibes, they now are getting more and more fuel, or more in their well to give. But they were so depleted for a while that they had nothing to give. What got them out of it could have been their faith systems. It could have been whether it's, a church or a religion. The Hierophant talks about what we commit ourselves to, what beliefs we commit ourselves to. And there is a belief that is connecting to the Knight of Wands, which I think for a lot of you guys is representing you. There's this faith and a commitment to this Knight of Wands that's still there, despite the conflict, the Five of Wands. There's a loyalty, but there needed to be healing. And it gets very interesting when I get to the Knight of Wands, unpacking your energy. I think there's an understanding. Out of this healing comes an openness for this Knight of Cups. They can reconsider the world. They can reconsider where they are in the world. They can reconsider their place in the world. And their lives are starting to open up opportunity. Now, what's going on with the Knight of Wands is this transformation is humongous. The Temperance card again with the Judgment card. This is not subtle energy. This is life-changing stuff. But it's come slowly. It's been stagnant for a while. It's been stagnant for a while because we've got the Hangman in reverse, which means things coming to a stop. And it's like there's a relinquishing of control. There's a relinquishing of perspective that is required in order to move forward. And something happens here, and I'll tell you what it is. Somebody's coming forward to get something off their chest, to express something, to talk and communicate. See how fast this Knight is moving forward? The Knight of Swords represents an urgency and fast-moving energy. Could it be any more different than this stagnant, quiet, upside-down, hanged man? So somebody's communicating with you, and all of a sudden it shifts everything. We have huge life shift. And the Judgment card is a spiritual awakening. So huge growth here. And now, doesn't it make sense that we're getting to the Justice card? Because there is a righting of the scales. There's healing here. One person is getting healing and the world is opening up to opportunity through their belief systems. Their belief system, whatever that is, they've been able to fill their well and heal. And another person, a lot of you guys are this person, is starting to get their huge wake-up call. And in a spiritual waking, a resurrection, something that's been hanging in the balance for a while, but it's just been stopped up in the gears. And what was required was the willingness to relinquish perspective, to open your mind to another perspective, which Sagittarius very much can do. Tower card again. Why is it coming out with the Justice card? There were plans. Two of Wands, but in reverse. There were plans to move forward. And then this big tower happened. This tower moment put things to an end. Shook things up. And it took the Two of Cups and flipped her upside down. Two of Cups, when it's upright, soulmate energy, happiness, partnership. But something just shook it up. And it's coming out with the Justice card. So as a tarot reader, it's my responsibility to tell you, Sagittarius, that this is all meant to be in its own way. It could be crappy and you could be saying, no, how could that be meant to be right now? But the Tower card comes out, and that fell out. Shifting of good luck, a good luck shift. And look up the wheel, Google the wheel card. It always means things are exactly where they're supposed to be at the right time. And out falls the Six of Swords, which is healing, massive healing and a new start. But this told a story. At the very beginning, we have a brand new start with the Fool card. I ask more about it, and it gives me a whole painful, hard story. I would say more stressful for some of you guys. A tough story about something that shifted suddenly. And it was a deception involved, and there was anxiety and the Temperance. So the Temperance is the long game, because we end with the Temperance card as well. We end with the Temperance saying, see, it's not all a waste. It's not all for nothing. There is a massive lesson to be learned here between these two individuals right in the center of your reading. And you know what? Everybody's okay. Everybody's okay. The worst is over. And then we have the Justice card giving you some hindsight, some perspective. Is at this Tower moment, the plans had to change suddenly. The Two of Wands in reverse. You're no longer looking out at that horizon with an individual, symbolized with the Two Wands. Flipping upside down, the soulmate energy had to change so that healing could begin. And maybe it was all about the healing in the first place. Maybe in doing all this whole rigmarole, it was an experience that gave you access to other experiences. It was an experience that gave you access to the ability to heal other wounds. And that's what this looks like, you guys. I love you. I'm sending you off with good wishes and good energy. Say hi if you'd like for me to send you my prayers, and take good care of yourselves and take good care of each other.